Okay, all right. And switch it. There we go. Okay. Hi. Um, this is like cup number 3, you guys. I am out of it. But, okay, let me wait for y'all to join. Where's my stuff? I got my cards here. Hold on, let me stay organized. I got to keep everything together. Okay, one person joined. I'm going to wait for more people to join. Because I jumped in here and I just started talking. I'm like, ain't nobody even in here. So I'll wait. I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee, guys. Yeah, it's one of those. It's just one of those days. I'm going to head to Target after this. I might even spend the rest of my day in Target. We'll see. Just because today is the day I build my life. Like no running, none of that. Today is the day that because I got so much I want to do, y'all, for real. And I don't want to be interrupted no more. And it's so crazy because the way that I feel, right? I just did the Love and Money Tarot read, the one that I owed you guys for last night. And that's what showed up. That's what showed up when I, took the time to take well, it's not that I don't take it seriously. You feel me? Like, that's the reason why I waited. Because when you're really engaging in this work, in all seriousness, it's bullshit free. You know what I'm saying? It's 100% bullshit free. And so I didn't want to cheat the experience just trying to rush to put it out. You feel me? Because I was trying to meet a deadline because it was for yesterday. None of that shit matters in the spirit world at all. None of that. And so I didn't want to do that. I was just trying to get somewhere safe, because Starbucks was closing. And I wanted to go somewhere where I could, do it and, get on down. But my phone service, the one I've been paying for, ran out like the day before yesterday or whatever, which, I held some anger about it because I had my own plans of how I wanted this month to go. I'm grown as fuck. I know what I'm doing. Just flat out, putting it all on the table. I'm grown as fuck. I know what I'm doing. And I had my own plans. And when I got sabotaged, and it kept happening, this shit made me mad, and it put me in low vibes, depressive state, anger. And also because the person who was causing and creating the commotion wasn't facing me, it really, made me want to, literally beat the shit out the nigga. I swear to God, and because he hasn't done a damn thing to fix none of this bullshit he caused, it just makes me hate him more. You know what I mean? It makes me want to see him in real life and just, take a baseball bat to him or something, or choke the shit out of him or something, and I don't even like feeling that way, but I hate cowardly shit, and I hate people that throw a rock and run, and people that come and mess up your whole shit and fuck up your feng shui and then they just leave, and it's I didn't need this hurricane you caused. What are you doing? Well, you just keep on creating more messes and more hurricanes, and I'm the one that's still stuck looking like what the fuck, So anywho, I had a whole I had a whole thing planned out. Just like how when I was it's all related. Just like when I was in Miami, right? And Miami was going away, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I tried, and it's not working, and I keep trying, and it's not working, and I'm clearly not getting through to this other person. Fuck it. Scratch Miami off the list. Just can it, scratch it. I'm done with it. Let me go back home, right? And Callie was home. Callie was home. I was everybody knows about my affinity for New York and all of that stuff. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason, because, I was keeping in line with what I said I was going to do. And I was like, well, let me just be an East Coaster for a while. That's what I was doing when I first went to Miami. I was like, yo, I could stay in Miami while it's warm, go to New York and be back and forth and do my comedy and do my shit and blah, 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 blah. And I got somewhere warm, somewhere cold. and then I could just still be. I could be around Broadway. I could, maybe I could start sending stuff to what's that show? I like it's not the Tonight. It's not the Daily Show. Yo, it is still the Daily Show. It is still the Daily Show. It's just not the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. It's the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. And I like their show. Trevor has a very good show. I like their writing staff. I like Roy and all of them. I like what they're doing with that show. And at one point, if people recall, I be consistent, even when it seemed like I'm not. I just don't be talking about shit all the time. But at one point, if people can recall, I was like, dude, if I could, I would totally want to be on that show and like be a correspondent or a writer or whatever the fuck. Like, that's my lane. That's what the fuck I be doing. And I was like, okay, so I'll do that. And it just never worked out because the music thing was being forced. And it was like, okay, already, I get it. But this is not me fulfilling my purpose. It's just not. And once other things became clear to me and other things started revealing themselves, that's when I was like, I was feeling very disappointed and very, what am I trying to say? I don't know. I felt very exploited. I felt disappointed. I felt exploited. I felt gaslit. Like I was just being gaslighted the whole time. I felt all that shit. And I was like, well, fuck it. Because that's how I think. I was like, well, fuck it. It happened. Let's move past that. Let's focus on the next phase. Let's start doing the stuff that we wanted to do with Global Citizen. Let's get active. And that's in New York. I was like, let's get active. Let's start, doing that. I'll figure out, my tarot stuff. And, we'll take it from there. Okay, we get to New York. My bags get stolen. All that stupid shit. And I'm just like, okay. I got to deal with that. Shit is stressful. I get that it was supposed to happen for me to try to meet up and do that, but that shit was stressful. I want my clothes. Like, I want to shower. I want my shit. So at the time, Blink Fitness is my gym, but they don't really offer very much. I only got into a contract with them from LA, where I was at the time. It's because it was $10 a month. They was cheap. And I needed cheap because I was homeless. At the time, you know what I mean? Like, when I was in Seattle and I was staying with Tanya, right? I should have applied to T-Mobile. That's the only, it's one of those things where it's like, I really was only there like a month, so it is what it is. But I should have applied to T-Mobile if I could do it all again. I had a lot of fun in that store, and, I had, my birthday in 2018 is when I signed up with T-Mobile, and that was the first time I ever had T-Mobile ever. And I've had cell phones since 1998. I've had cell phones since 1998. I started with Sprint. Sprint was my first cell phone company, and I was with Sprint for years. Years, darling. Years. And then I went from Sprint to Nextel when they did that whole thing. And Nextel kind of went whack after a few years, so I went back to Sprint. And I was Sprint, Team Sprint the entire time, and then iPhone came out. And then that's how I went to AT&T. I switched from... I made the switch. iPhone came out. And I didn't do iPhone first generation because I had to see what was up. So I joined Team Apple in 2009 and switched to AT&T when it was on the iPhone 3. iPhone 3 was my first iPhone. And I was AT&T ever since. And I was AT&T the entire time, always with AT&T. I was AT&T all the way up until that first time I moved to New York after all the bullshit happened. I was AT&T, AT&T, AT&T. And then I was going to get back with AT&T, but, you know, they was trying to hit me with all them fees and all that other stuff because of the mistakes that was made. So I was like, fuck it, let's go back to Sprint. Sprint is offering a come on home discount. We'll waive everything. And when I was in Atlanta, I went back to Sprint. Then my Sprint bill was getting all ridiculous. And then I was just like, okay, I'm sick of this shit. So I went back to prepay. And ever since I started doing prepay and cutting out motherfuckers being able to manipulate my phone bills, because that was what was happening. Like the bill, like even when I signed up for my T-Mobile shit, that shit was supposed to be $50 a month. And then like it jumped to $400. I had a $400 phone bill from a $50 a month phone bill after 2 months. And I'm like, how the hell do I owe y'all $400? Well, there was a fee for this and a fee for that. I'm like, I ain't doing this shit with y'all. And that's when I went to prepay. And I had been doing prepay the entire time. And so sometimes I had the phone bill, sometimes I didn't. But once I like consistently, had the prepay, I left it at that. So when Miami happened and, all that stuff was going on and I got introduced to Simple Mobile and I found a plan for $25 and it was prepay, I was like, you know what? At this stage of the game, having a phone that works is what's important. Everything else can happen in its own time. I can build on it, whatever. When I was with AT&T, and I was with AT&T for 10 years, my bill was always $132. I had unlimited every fucking thing. And I spent $132 a month just on a phone bill. Just on a phone bill. My phone wasn't never off. Ever. Ever. And we talking about those were the Benz years, the BMW years. That was the standing Gardena. My Gardena apartment was $995, not utilities included. The Redondo Beach apartment was $1,350, not utilities included. And in the Gardena apartment, I had to buy a stove. I had to spend money on stoves. Stoves ain't $4, nigga. Stoves cost money. Even though I ended up getting, I went to this appliance store that, sells refurbished appliances because that's the lane I was in. That's what I had to do. Even then, though I came up off $250 for a stove, but I'm buying stoves, I'm buying refrigerators, I'm buying grown people shit. My bill was $132 the entire time with all those months. So I figure, a $50 a month phone bill, all inclusive, I'm good. But they was doing all that back shit, tax shit, and all of that, and I was like, fuck it. So with the $27 bill, this entire time since Miami, I've been keeping that phone on, baby. And so, to not have it on again because of some fuck shit, it made me mad. And it makes me not want to talk to, certain people. And I'm not. Like, which brings me to this spread real quick. The Nine of Wands is about being defensive. It's about having defensiveness. You see the bandage on his head and he's got his guard up. He's looking around. He's in a safe space. He's protected by all of the wands. It's, the wand's got his back. He's in. He knows he's safe. He's in the spot. I'm in my comfort zone. I know where I'm at. I know when I'm out there. This is the card I pulled for love, by the way, you guys. I just recorded it for the podcast and I was about to put it out, but I wanted to re-listen to it to, make sure that it was dope for y'all. You know what I mean? I want to just throw shit out there. I want to make sure shit is cool, So, anywho, he's out, he's looking, he's searching, and this is gender, it's not gender exclusive. It's male or female. It's just the energy of the card, okay? But ready to date again, ready to love again, but protecting their heart. The guard is up. I've been through it. I've experienced the things. I've had the ups, I've had the downs, I've had all of this. I've been there, but this next thing that I do, I want it to be the thing. This next thing I do, I want it to be the one. I want it to be that happily ever after. I want it to be that fulfilling, awesome, love overflowing, cup overflowing, experience. I want that. I need that. And if it ain't that, I'm staying right here in my comfort zone, protecting myself. Defensiveness. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's like, them goddamn hands. Okay, and bye. So, anywho, it's so interesting that card is what came up, because even right now, I'm where I'm at right now because I didn't want to be bothered. I was like, let me stop going back to all the old places I was at recently. Like, ain't nothing over there for me but a bunch of people that ain't got nothing better to do, trying to, create negative circumstances. I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around that energy. I don't need it. It's not productive. It's keeping me from achieving the things I want to achieve. It's keeping me from being happy. What's the point of going over there? You know, I was headed back to Torrance yesterday after I was leaving the Starbucks, you know, because it was closed. And I was at the Starbucks across the street from my gym. I went to my gym, the 24-hour fitness there on Wilshire. Yeah, it's 24 hours. And I could have went right back across the street to the gym, but I didn't want to do that because I had just left. I had just showered. I had just, you know, hand washed some clothes in the shower and all of that stuff, which I started doing after being locked up in that Bahamian detention center. The Haitian girls had me doing it. I was the only American, and everybody was Haitian. I was the only American, and there was one Brazilian girl, one girl from China, and an African chick. Everybody else was Haitian. And baby, every time we showered, like the Haitian girls was taking their clothes, taking all their stuff, and they would wash their bodies, but they would wash their clothes too. They were hand washing their panties, hand washing their dresses, hand washing everything, and they would put it on the banister outside for it to dry in the sun. And I was like, I'm so American. I was like, I've never ever done that in my life, ever, never. And I was like, and that's actually smarter. Like, would you rather wear the same thing 3 days in a row because you can't go nowhere and you ain't got nowhere to go? Or would you rather wash it out and have at least something new and fresh to wear the next day? I've been doing that ever since then. I got that from them, the Haitian girls. I was like, yeah, who cares what people think about it? They don't give a fuck. They're not here. They're not going to help me. Who cares what people think? I'm well past that. I would rather have clean clothes. And since, you know, I'm combating all the things that I'm combating, I'd rather have clean clothes. And then when I have my laundry, you know, funds, my laundry surplus, I take it to the laundromat and get things done. Because of me having to have some funds for transportation and stuff like that, because of my energy being sucked to zero, to the point that I can't focus and get things done, so I'm not generating any sizable income online in the moment, you know, because that's the other part. I was supposed to be doing that and focus on that, and it's interesting to me how when I write out my to-do list and stuff, and I write out my plans, making it, because it's for me, I'm aware that my phone is tapped so everybody can read the shit that I type in my phone, but it's for me. I'm doing this because I'm getting organized. And it's so interesting to me how that gets shitted on and plotted against by a selfish person. Just like yesterday did. I went to the library, the public library. It's free and open to everybody. If a motherfucker want to come see me in the library. I'm in the library. I'm getting some insight for some stuff. And I'm working on the podcast. And then all of a sudden, you know, I'm getting spiritually attacked again. And I'm just like, you know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, but you're such a fucking coward and a pussy. You can't. I'm sick of this shit. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Leave me alone. I hate that I met you. It's the biggest regret of my life. You have officially became the biggest mistake I've ever made in my existence. And I have done some things that I'm not proud of, but the 50 Cent chapter, worst mistake. Horrible. Biggest mistake of my fucking life. I want to take all that shit back. I can't. It happened. It's over with. But, man, please. Not even. I would have totally rather given that attention and everything to somebody much more appreciative. And it was never about the fact that he was famous or none of that shit. In fact, I was the antithesis of it. Because in the beginning, I was somebody to be laughed at because I wasn't on all that. Because he's a trick and because that's how he get down and like the, you know, I mean, look at his videos. Look at the shit that he be posting on his page. And yeah, we had it lit in there and we was this and all that. But that's what they into. That's what that was. And, you know, chicks that want that limelight and want that attention, he's interested in enticing those type of people and impressing those type of people. And when he met me and when we collided, it wasn't moving me. I got it. I get it. I'm not even against it. It's cool. It has its perks. Don't get me wrong. But that ain't. I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I mean, you don't have to keep doing this. Like, I get that you in town, and I told you I was going to hang out, and we was whatever, and you called your boy, and he called the. I mean, come on, please. You called your boy. He called the club. Y'all set it up. Now it's all of this going on, and this is nice. I like it. But we don't have to do this. Like, I can go and have popcorn and some Tabasco sauce, and we could just kick it and kick the ballistics and really build a connection. Like, shit like that matters to me. This, it's cool, but it don't matter to me. This fades. I live in LA. I've been here. I've seen all of this. I've seen this movie over and over and over again on different levels. I live here. I don't need this. I need something a little deeper than this. I need something a little different than this. And that wasn't something to be treasured. That wasn't something to be held on to. That was something to be laughed at and mocked. And, okay, I made a mistake of giving you credit and attention that you didn't deserve. And I saw my ex getting bothered and putting out jealous energy like, wait a minute, you two motherfuckers and all of that. But I wasn't, because I wasn't in contact with him, because I decided to move on from that and let him do him and do whatever he needed to do to be happy and be successful and all that stuff. And I did it without hard feelings. But that's just what I was on. I was like, all right, fine. He's doing this. He has somebody. He's doing this. Great. Whatever he needs to be happy and successful, I'm going to send blessings and I'm going to look the other way. And that's what I was doing. I was looking the other way, and I didn't give any attention to that. I didn't care. I didn't reach out. I didn't do nothing. So I wasn't even paying attention to none of that. I didn't even care. I honestly, there was nothing there. I didn't feel anything. I didn't care. I was moving forward and looking forward with the other one. But he was busy. Like I said, people was busy having pissing contests and all this other shit the whole time. And it's just like, are y'all done? Because I want my life back. And that's where we are today. Aarona getting her life back. So yeah, last night, I was about to do the Love and Money Tarot, and the store was closing. I knew they was going to do that. I was going to go across the street to my gym, but I had just left there. I had just showered, rewashed clothes. I had just did the sauna. I didn't want to go back in there. Plus, the chick that I was having problems with, was her shift, and she don't need to know me like that. The chick that was getting paid to treat me like there was a problem with my account and all that stuff, like when I was paying, my full gym membership, and she was like, well, I don't know, in the computer it says you owe all that stuff. The one that I had to go live with at one time because I got sick of the shit because I paid them cash. And I'm like, are y'all keeping the cash? What are y'all doing? No, trying to make me look like, nah, bitch, look. Now look, either y'all gonna make this gym membership be what it's supposed to be, or you giving me my motherfucking money back. I don't have the time, the energy, and the money to play these games. And in the end, hindsight, the truth reveals everything. Y'all see I've been going to the gym. So then, people want me to make videos and stuff in that after they were trying to attack my gym membership, and after they were trying to find ways to get me kicked out, because motherfuckers want me to be in the street. That's what they want for me. And I'm at a place where I'm not giving people any more chances. They got all the chances that they needed. My ex-husband coming out the woodwork, talking all kind of, nigga, I ain't heard from you. What the hell is you talking about? I ain't seen or heard from you since 2014. What are you even in this conversation for? What stakes do you have in this? Who have you lied to? What are you trying to gain? I ain't seen or heard from you since 2014. Meaning, our bond didn't mean that much to you. We weren't friends. You weren't hitting me up like, man, hey, how's life? You didn't do none of that shit. So why now? Because I made waves on Wild 'N Out. Okay, great. Then there was this 50 scandal, whatever y'all want to call the shit. I don't fucking care no more. Think of whatever y'all want to think about it. But there was that. So here you come. What the fuck are you doing? And you're friends with the girl, or y'all affiliated with her because all y'all up in New York being Dominican and shit? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck away from me. I am happy I made the decision to divorce him. I don't have any regrets. I didn't have any regrets when I did it, because I really took the time to really think with my heart and think logically and face the truth of the situation. And the truth of the situation was, number one, we rushed it. Number two, because if I would have gave it more time and let him reveal what he ended up revealing anyway, I would have never married him. Those are just the facts. Those are just the facts. It doesn't make him a bad person. It doesn't make him, whatever. But see, another thing I never liked about him, and something that I was never going to survive in that marriage, I hate that victim mentality shit he be pulling. Like, he loves to act like I'm doing something to him. He was doing that in the marriage. The shit got on my nerves. Motherfucker sitting with my mama. Nigga sitting with my godmama. Having pity party complaint sessions about me, the bitch that's providing for you, when you don't even have to be in my life. I'm not sitting around complaining about you to other people in my life. What are you doing? And what are you even complaining about? That was the other part. You don't even have shit to complain about. What are you complaining about? Poor you. You're living in Beverly, the third richest neighborhood in Chicago. Poor you. Your wife likes to have sex all the time. She's walking around naked half the time. You came home one day, started a fight. How come I don't dress sexy no more? Nigga, I'm nude. What are you talking about? I love being nude. I love nudity. What is life if a bitch can't be naked in her house? Like, what is that? What are you complaining about? You going to hang out with Francis and other married guys, and you just want to be a part of the guy group complaining about shit they wife do. But you ain't even married to the same type of bitch that they married to. Dude, they used to get on my nerves. And I was like, how did I end up in this story? Just coming home complaining about stuff. Working at the restaurant that I helped him get. Like, hey, your sites ain't big enough. If you really trying to do this food thing, if you really trying to be a cook, a chef, if you really are serious about this restaurant thing, you need to get in at some 5-star restaurants. You might as well. There's too much money to be made. Like, why sit up here and just be the dude? He was a dishwasher. I was like, and he chose that job himself. I'm like, why sit up here and be busting your ass washing dishes? I mean, they need job. If you need money, there's things to do to get money. If all you can do is be a dishwasher, that's different. But you can do more than that. That was what you instinctively chose. Then you're going to come home and be all worn out and complaining because there's a lot of physical labor. Yeah. You standing on your feet washing dishes all the time. And it's repetitive. It don't stimulate your mind. It ain't doing nothing. Why don't you go down at Laurie's and see what they say? And here's something to his credit. He has a lot of personality. He's very likable. He went down there, started talking to them, blah, 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 and they liked him. They really, had an affinity for him. Okay, great. We moved back to Chicago because my mama's sick and Francis wants to be closer to him and all of this other stuff. And we're like, well, we got people in Chicago. Fine, we'll go to Chicago. We get him in at the Laurie's, like Laurie's in downtown Chicago on Michigan Avenue, right, the one off Rush Street, off Magnificent Mile, like Laurie's. The type of restaurant where it has the same servers for years because they walking out with $500, $600 a night. Laurie's. You're working there now. It's better than washing dishes, wasn't it? But it's still the food industry, right? Right. Dude, he was so corny, yo. Like, coming home. Yeah, I still got it. They flirting with me at the job. Still got it? How did you lose it? We ain't even been married a year. What are you talking about? Still got it? What are you talking about? When did you lose it? You're a newly married man. What are you... are you fucking serious? I would be sitting at the house like, I got punked. This is not. Meanwhile, everybody and their mama coming out the woodwork on some, damn, you married? When was you engaged? Why didn't you celebrate all that bullshit? That's why I had to make material about that. Because I'm like, when the fuck was you interested in me? Get the fuck out of my face. Well, when did you like me? When were you calling me? Yes, I'm married. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, that's why I have that material. How everybody just start coming out the woodwork once you got a ring on it. Because it's like, everybody was coming out the woodwork. And it's just, meanwhile, I'm dealing with this. And I'm like, we're not going nowhere. We didn't even have a honeymoon. We were supposed to go to the DR for a honeymoon. That was his idea. And, you know, he has family there. I was like, come on, let's do it. No, we need to do da-da-da-da-da. I mean, we can make it happen. It ain't nothing but like putting something aside for the plane tickets while we still do what we do. Excuses. I was like, all right. And I didn't push it. So I had no honeymoon. Paid for all my own stuff. Paid for everything. Even the second ceremony we had when we did the vow renewal, because his family felt the way that he went to Vegas and got married. And my mom, specifically my mom, felt the way because she knew she was dying, and she didn't get to see none of her kids get married. It was a big deal, and once again, I had to put my cape on and do something, because my younger sister got married, but she went to the Justice of the Peace, and they spent the day together, you know, but it wasn't the same. She put on a little dress, she went down to the Justice of the Peace, and she had already had my niece Neela. My mom sat at the house, you know, and kept the baby. And then she came back with her certificate. Mommy, we did it, that type of thing. And my mom, one of her side hustles for years, before kids came along, all that shit, one of her side hustles for years was she was a wedding planner. Yeah, like J-Lo, like the wedding planner. Like the movie The Wedding Planner. Yeah, she was a wedding planner. That was one of her side hustles for years. So it was like, I got 3 daughters. I don't get to do this never. You bitches. She never said that, but like pretty much her energy was like, none of you, what? Because honey, that wedding didn't have shit to do with Aarona. It was the Gloria Show Part 2, goddamn it. I just financed the motherfucker. That was it. Like, it was Gloria Show Part 2. I had what I wanted in Vegas. The Vegas where it was good with me. It was everything I needed, and I was cool with it. That vow renewal was her part 2, and I was like, I picked the Hilton that was closest to the house. Tell me how much it is. I picked up extra shifts. I had my CD baby money, you motherfucker, you, because that's when my shit was getting played on the Foxhole, and I was getting that Sirius XM checks. I hate this nigga. 50 Cent is an asshole. I was doing Velvet Circus. Anything extra that I was getting from Velvet Circus, I put that shit together. Gave her like $700. They put the deposit down on the thing. The food was like $36 a plate. Our guest list was like 60-something people. Bought the cake. The cake was like $2-3. The DJ was like $2-3. The photographer wanted like $150. And then we got the bridal dresses for my sister and my older sister, my younger sister. Because I'm like, dude, I'm already married. I'm not. What are we doing? Like, we're not finna. This stuff costs. And I just moved back to Chicago. That costs money. Like, I left. I picked up my life from California and moved. I did that. Now I'm here and you want me to do it. Okay. My husband, he put in where he could. I think he put up like a good $500-600, and I covered the rest. And we financed it. It was a Glory Show Part 2, and my brother came and put Moet on all the tables. I had an open bar. I paid for open bar. Motherfuckers could get lit and drink. Because what is a wedding and all that shit without liquor? I paid for open bar. I did all that shit. Just to be told that I'm the problem. Man, if you don't get the fuck out of my life, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm still in love with my ex. Get out of here. I'm trying to do the right thing because I'm like, I shouldn't, like, the way I felt at the time was I shouldn't be in love with him anyway. He's my ex and whatever, but he got his own thing going on. I shouldn't have entertained that. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. Let me just leave that alone and let me go live my own life. Let me go create my own family. Let me go create my own story. That's what I was on. I felt like that was the thing to do. Apparently not. Because even when I'm right, I'm wrong. So let me live my life wrong. I'm going to make a video for this. I just want to rehear the audio before I publish it to the podcast because I already recorded it. And then I need to move on to some e-commerce stuff because, you know, shit is looking a little pathetic with my bank account right now. I gotta make some moves. I got to make some e-commerce moves today. Okay? I can't wait. Yeah, it's Grammy weekend and all that little fly shit in LA. It has nothing to do with me. This is my life. This is what the fuck is happening with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I know what the plans are. I know what other people are doing. I'm not worried about what other people are doing. It has nothing to do with me. It didn't have nothing to do with me before. All in previous Grammy weekends, where the fuck was Aarona? So, gonna enjoy my third cup of coffee. I'm gonna add this so it has some flavor. And I'm gonna get this done. I might end up going to Target because I got to grab some stuff. And I'm keeping it real simple, real low-key today. So, yeah. Ooh, but, hold on. Whoopsies. Cool. Pal. All right. All right, y'all. So I'm going to holler later. Let me see what's going on over here. All right. Peace.